I never thought I'd be the guy sitting here, telling the internet how my marriage fell apart in the most humiliating way possible. But here I am, because maybe someone out there needs to hear this before they ignore the red flags I once brushed aside. It started with what seemed like an innocent girls' trip. My wife, Emily, told me she was heading out of town with her college friends for a long weekend. I trusted her. We had been married for 8 years, and I thought our foundation was strong enough to withstand anything. She packed her bags, kissed me goodbye, and I even helped load her suitcase into the car. But when she came back, something was different. Her smile didn't reach her eyes anymore. The warmth in her hugs was gone. She seemed distracted, almost guilty, but when I asked, she brushed it off with a laugh. "You're overthinking," she'd say. I wanted to believe her. I wanted so badly to believe her. A few days later, we sat down after dinner. That's when she dropped the bomb. She looked me dead in the eye and said, "I think we should just be friends." At first, I laughed. I thought she was joking. Friends? We were married. We shared a life, a home, dreams for the future. But she wasn't joking. She went on to say she didn't feel romantically connected to me anymore, that maybe it would be better if we just downgraded our marriage to some kind of platonic companionship. I sat there in silence, my heart pounding in my chest. And that's when it hit me. Nobody goes on a girls' trip and comes back wanting to just be friends. Something had happened. Someone else was in the picture. So I said, "Actually," and I pulled out my phone. What she didn't know was that while she was gone, little cracks had already started to show. A late-night text she forgot to hide. A hotel receipt in our email that didn't match the city she told me she'd be in. My gut screamed at me that something wasn't right, so I did what I never thought I'd do. I looked. I checked our phone records, our shared cloud storage, even her location history. And there it was. Proof. She hadn't just gone on a girls' trip. She had gone to meet someone, some guy she'd been talking to for months. Pictures. Messages. The kind of things you can't unsee once you've seen them. So, sitting at that dinner table, when she said, "Let's just be friends," I said, "Actually, I know everything." Her face went pale. She tried to play dumb at first, acted confused, denied it. But when I showed her the messages, the hotel confirmations, the selfies she thought she had deleted, her mask cracked. And then she went crazy. She screamed at me, not because she was sorry, but because I had found out. She shouted that I had violated her privacy, that I had ruined the trust by snooping. Imagine that, me ruining the trust, after she had destroyed the very core of our marriage. She threw her phone at the wall, pounded her fists on the table, even threatened to walk out right then and there. She said I was controlling, paranoid, insecure. She tried everything to flip the script, to make me the villain. But I just sat there. Calm. Broken inside, but calm. And when she finally stopped yelling, I said the one thing that sealed it. "Friends don't do this to each other. You didn't just break our marriage, you broke me. And I won't let you stand here and rewrite the story to make yourself the victim." The room went silent. She froze. And then, for the first time, I saw something in her eyes, fear. Because she realized I wasn't going to beg her to stay. I wasn't going to fight for someone who had already chosen someone else. That night, I packed a bag and left. Not her. Me. Because I realized staying would mean living a lie, and I'd rather face the pain of leaving than the slow death of pretending everything was fine. In the weeks that followed, she called, texted, begged for another chance. She even showed up at my work one day, crying, saying she made a mistake, that the other guy didn't mean anything. But the truth is, once trust is shattered, it's almost impossible to put the pieces back together. I gave her my heart, and she traded it for a weekend fling disguised as a girls' trip. And when she tried to downplay it all, when she said, "Let's just be friends," I realized she had already decided my role in her life wasn't husband, wasn't partner, just backup. And I refused to be anyone's backup. So, to anyone listening who's been through something similar, here's what I learned. Betrayal hurts like nothing else. It cuts deep, and it leaves scars. But sometimes the strongest thing you can do is walk away, even when every part of you wants to stay and fix what's broken. Because you can't fix something that the other person has already thrown away. Today, I'm rebuilding. Slowly, painfully, but with clarity. And if Emily ever hears this, I hope she understands, friendship was never on the table. Not after what she did. And that's my story.